Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wellness Day, a podcast coming to you every Wednesday here from the Jahangir Wellness Center. My name is Kavas Jahangir, and here from the JWC studio today, I've got Max. I've got Max, who is an educator in natural wellness, and that is all the introduction that I have. So, Max, I will let you lead us into what you do because it is fascinating and you have a complete spectrum of things that we're going to get into and I would love to hear about, but I would love to hear how you would describe yourself.
Oh, how I'd describe myself. I'd say I'm a student of life. Everything that comes up every day is a lesson.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm meeting you, Kavas, and I'm really grateful for this experience
Well, thank you for being here.
and for inviting me to be part of this beautiful podcast. I've watched your episodes, and I'm so grateful that you have something like this out for our city.
That's very sweet. Yeah, it's something we want to, as we said, it's holistic wellness that we want to, and true wellness.
Yeah, and JWC is doing a tremendous job with that.
Thank you. And it's because of people like you and the therapies that you're doing. So let's hear about everything that you do, not me.
So, well, I like to call myself a student, like I said,
Right.
but I do like to teach people as well how to take things on themselves
Okay.
rather than all of the stress that they've already learned how to take on, how to offload that stress as well. And they're really simple techniques. Sometimes it's as simple as just putting your hand on your heart and breathing
Yeah.
and thinking about what you just said. And maybe that'll get people to stop for a second and think, would they want to change what they just said?
And slow down.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the traffic the way it is in Pune right now, to have a little bit of consideration for the other people on the road
Yeah.
who might not have an air-conditioned car, to just have a little bit of peace in your heart and your mind when you step out. And little tips like that. But what we're doing at JWC
Right.
is a new therapy. It's come to India not very long ago. It's called the Aroma Touch technique.
Okay.
And it combines two of the first senses that a baby gets exposed to. One is smell. Baby recognizes the mother's milk and the mother's body scent.
Okay.
And the other is touch.
Right.
When the mom is holding the baby. So before a baby starts to recognize faces, these are the two senses that get really activated.
Yeah,
And they'll
fascinating.
last for the rest of your life.
Right.
And even people who don't like perfumes will still like the aroma of food. That's very comforting. So it's a very ancient way of healing. When you recognize something that's natural,
Yeah.
something that's good for you,
Absolutely.
it's built into our DNA. So it's a very beautiful, grounding approach and combining these two techniques of touch and aromatics, but using natural products.
Okay. And it's typically like a massage type thing, or how
I
does
would
it work?
say yes. It's
Right.
different from the craniosacral that you're doing at
Yeah,
GWC
yeah.
as well. I did watch that podcast. It's a really good one
It
too.
is. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing.
Yeah. But what happens in this one is you have a physical experience as well. So the person doesn't feel like nothing is happening. They also get to feel the movements and the flow and get involved in the process.
Well, what do you mean by that?
So what happens in some of the other therapies is you might have the therapist hold certain positions for you. But what happens in this one is you're feeling the movement on your body.
Okay.
The therapist's hands are moving on
right,
the body.
right.
So there is a constant touch and a constant release that's happening as the treatment's being given.
Right. And like, what are the typical kind of things that people come to you for this treatment for?
Oh, all kinds of things. Some
Yeah.
people just want to relax.
Yeah.
Some people come with chronic
Yeah, it
ailments.
sounds pretty relaxing, to be honest.
Yeah,
just
it
just on a
really
basic
is.
level.
It's so relaxing even for the therapist, you know. When you are giving the treatment, I feel so happy when I'm giving the treatment
Really?
as well.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's therapeutic. I'm inhaling the essential oils first.
That's true.
And I'm getting them onto my palms as well. And you've got all of your acupressure points on your palms, all of your nerve endings on
Yeah.
your hands.
We've got some here, actually, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you use these as a therapist, you're the first person who's getting the benefit. And the patient's getting it next because you're inhaling them first and then it reaches the patient's body.
Right.
So it's a wonderful way for two people to get supported at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, coming back to, I said, what
The
are the
kinds
most
of
kind of
people?
things that people come to you for?
All kinds. We get sportsmen, we get athletes, we get
Wow.
people with...
Sorry, it is quite strong.
Yeah, it is.
And nice.
And very potent. And
Yeah.
you need just one drop. And
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Not at all. So we get people with chronic conditions as well. Sometimes with acute problems, we get children coming in because this is a good treatment that even parents can learn to give their own children. We get senior citizens who don't want a very deep tissue massage because their skin's quite sensitive.
Yeah.
So this is a very gentle touch, a firm but a gentle touch, and a very smooth rhythmic movement. And people who love to dance really love this one as well because of the rhythm that it creates in the body.
Interesting.
And this is what the treatment does. It resets your rhythm. It brings your body back to a balanced homeostasis so that your body can repair itself. So rather than us trying to fix a symptom, we're enabling the body to fix itself.
Okay, yeah.
It's just like when you get cuts and
Yeah,
bruises, body knows what to do with
They're
a
just
fracture.
nudging it in the right way.
Exactly. So even with a fracture, once you've reset the bone, the body does the rest of the work.
Yeah.
We don't really have to get involved. So this is what we do with this treatment, is allow the body to do what it knows
Okay.
naturally.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
How did you get into this? Because you have a background in computer science and
Yeah.
mathematics, which
Yeah.
sounds completely
Major nerd geek. Big time.
to what, one would suspect or not suspect, would assume over this is that, some people consider this kind of stuff a little abstract, a little bit out there, that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
But you coming from a very hardcore computer
Hardcore,
science,
yeah.
mathematics, how did you get into this space and the benefit that you've seen?
I think what I like about computer science and math too is the teaching part of it.
Okay, yeah.
At university, I got to be a teaching assistant, and sharing knowledge was my favorite thing to do.
Right.
And the teachers in the US, they made a huge difference in my life because they were so open to questions and they encouraged learning. Unlike what we had back in the day in India, where if you asked a question, you were sent out of the classroom. So things are changing now in India. It's
Yeah, this is
wonderful
what- yeah.
that kids are being encouraged to ask questions.
Yeah.
But it was not like that for us back then. And that kind of stayed with me. And when I came back to India finally, computer science was wonderful, but it was not bringing me joy. And then I remembered when I was 12, I took a ballroom dance class. So I said, let's start teaching people ballroom dancing. So I got my certification, started teaching people, and had a lot of fun. And this was just one of the classes that came to my center. We used to have a
Okay.
bakery and cafe, and I shut that down to get full time into educating people about natural wellness. So this was just one of the programs that came, and I sort of grabbed it by the horns and I said, this can really help people at home. This can really enable mums help their kids, whether it's exam stress, whether it's focus and concentration, whether someone's got a digestive issue, someone's not able to sleep, someone's really stressed when they come back
Yeah,
from
yeah.
work. In fact, the person who created this treatment is Dr. David Hill. He's with doTERRA, the company that
Yeah,
has created
right.
this beautiful technique. And he said that he was traveling all of the time. And when he'd get home, his wife didn't know how to help him with the essential oils. So that got him thinking, and he designed this so that anyone can give it to anyone.
Right.
As
But what
long as you're
made
tall
you?
enough.
Sorry to interrupt you. But what made you get into it? Was it like a personal experience that you experienced that, oh wow, this has actually impacted me
The-
in a certain way?
Oh,
Or-
big time.
And
Big time.
therefore, I can actually see how this could help other people as well.
Well, I mentioned that I started a bakery and a cafe.
Right.
And that was not my line of work.
Yeah.
I was not educated in that. It was just for the fun of it because I loved good food. And I saw that everyone coming to the center was hungry all the time. I had a little kitchen and I was cooking all the time. And everyone said, well, give us some food. So I said, all right, let's take this a step further. My father always wanted a bakery, so we just got into it. And at the bakery and cafe, I used to make the coffee for everyone. It's a nice spot to be in. Everyone comes in, you're having a chat with
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And I noticed people were talking about their problems a lot. And they felt good offloading. It started getting a bit stressful for me as well, trying to manage everything.
Yeah.
And when this workshop came for the essential oils, it was a mum of 4 children who came in. She's from Canada.
Yeah.
She was pregnant with her 4th child. She was 7 months pregnant. She had so much energy, not a single white hair on her head. And I said, what is this lady doing that I'm not doing? Because she has a lot of energy and she's just driven down from Udwada on her own,
Wow.
not having known these routes before. She's eating anything that I give her. She's such a happy, buoyant, joyful person. She's doing something right. So I sat down for the workshop. Otherwise, I never used to attend the workshops at my own place because I never had time. And I started smelling all of the oils that she had. And I said, this is different from what I've smelled before. And that's where my journey started.
Okay.
And I got a book. I started studying essential oils, the compounds, how the chemistry works with our brain. And my health was also a bit compromised at that
Okay.
time. And when I used it, I had an overnight shift. I was exhausted physically and mentally and just wanted to shut the whole place down and take a break.
Wow.
And I used one essential oil blend in a diffuser with 3 drops in the water. Overnight.
So literally overnight, I was going to say.
Overnight, there was a transformation. I
Wow.
went back to work like I was a teenager again, and my staff were like, "Boss, what did you do?" And I said, "I don't remember what I did, but this is the only thing I did different."
Wow.
And then after that, staff members started coming to me with, "They've got this problem and acidity and whatnot." And I started distributing this stuff, and people were getting better.
Wow.
And I said, I think I need to look at what I'm doing differently and how I can actually be of service to the community. And then I reached out to Jahangir Wellness Center,
Right.
and they said, absolutely, come on board. We're looking for people to do these kinds of things where you're not just giving people treatment, but you're educating them as well.
Absolutely. And it's all complementary. It's not one or the other.
Exactly. And if we have a happier city, it's better for everyone, right? It's a happier world for everyone to be living in. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that's what we're all
And
saying.
you were just mentioning also before we got on screen that another way that you're hoping to make people happy is to get them to dance again.
Oh, big time.
Because you mentioned that was something that you started when you were 12 again. So
I was
hopefully we're
12.
coming back
Yeah.
a full circle and introduce that.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can combine these two.
Oh, yes. My students who come for ballroom dancing don't go without some of the essential oils. When they go home, they're like, Max, can you fill up my bottle? Sure.
So because that, and then that, I mean, we're joking a little bit, but it also ties back into what you're talking about, the rhythm.
Yes, absolutely.
So I can definitely see an association or some kind of connection there that
Yeah.
can only benefit. And again, that's the beauty of,
Yeah.
you know, the kind of stuff that we do and that,
Yeah.
that you're an expert in, is that
Well-
everything is so connected.
Hardly an expert, still a student.
Well,
Still
yeah.
learning and very grateful too. And both of them include touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the other thing. In India, we've had most people not even getting hugs at home. And people forget to do that even with their children.
That's actually so very important. Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone's good with their mobile phones, with their gadgets. But the moment someone even touches your hands, sometimes people get awkward. This is something I hope we can change. And,
Yeah.
and I know with JWC's help, we can make this difference.
Absolutely. That's very true. So hopefully we can build on that. And if people are watching and if they're looking for places to dance at, hopefully we can encourage
create
that
one
and
right
start that
here.
soon. Absolutely.
Done.
Well, Max, it's been an absolute pleasure, talking to you. I think I can keep going on and on actually, and ask you many more things. Actually, there is actually one question, because a lot of people, what we try and do is that, as I said, we try and be complementary to everything that we add on for therapies and so forth.
Yeah.
What is the one message that you would like to leave people with, particularly for aroma touch, where people would immediately dismiss it off, being like, "Oh, it's just a massage."
Yeah.
What is that one powerful message you'd like to leave them with? Like, no, this is much more than that.
Never rule anything out. Unless you've tried it, don't judge.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go based entirely on somebody else's words. Yes, definitely listen to your friends, do your
Yeah, yeah.
research. It's important. Understand what the treatment is. And also, there's a question of trust. If you understand who the therapist is, it makes a big difference to
Yeah.
what they're saying and whether you can trust what they're really, exchanging with you. This kind of a treatment where it's just on the back and the feet.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Not, yeah,
That's
you
so-
don't get completely
Right.
undressed. You still have your lower parts completely
Yeah.
clothed and covered. So it's a very safe treatment to take from someone. And you are face down, however. So again, it's very important that you trust who you're getting the treatment from.
Comfortable with and so forth. Yeah.
And that's why we're doing it at the JWC, because here you can trust
Right,
the
right.
whole process, the system. It's safe for both the therapist and for the
Yeah,
patient
yeah,
and the
yeah,
client who
absolutely.
comes in. But yeah, don't rule it out.
And there's no
Experience
harm.
it first. And there's no harm. Absolutely. Do you want to try the bottle that's in front of you?
So yeah. So that's a good point. Let's end. What am I supposed to do?
So what you
Tell
do
me.
is take one drop in your palm,
Okay.
just turn the bottle sideways,
Right.
and this is one of the quickest ways to help yourself.
Perfect.
And I would rub just the palms and not the fingers,
Okay.
because your fingers might touch your eyes
Ah.
and it'll be very strong there. And what you want to do is cup your hands to your nose and just
Oh, wow.
inhale. Yeah.
And just breathe in.
Yeah. And the other thing we're going to do is try a bong.
Okay. Wait.
So you take your palm and make a circle with the other hand and put it on your palm
Okay.
and then inhale. You should be getting the compounds in your mouth.
Yeah.
Or you can do it that way as well if you want to do it like,
Like a
typical
bong.
one.
I got it. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely feel
Right.
opened up.
Yeah, and then the residue you put on the back of your neck.
Okay.
The one that you've got actually is wonderful for the summer. So if you use one drop before you head out for the day,
Oh, I definitely need that right now in the
Yeah.
summer. Huh?
you'll feel cool through the day, especially in the hot weather that we have at the moment.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is a great one too. Just to
Perfect.
find-
And the one that I've tried is a super mint.
Yeah, it's a combination of 5 different mints, including a Japanese mint.
Okay.
That's a lot milder than this one. If you want to try this one,
We're going to double down now.
oh yeah,
All right. Can I mix and match?
absolutely.
Oh. Anybody else want to try it? Now we're just passing it around and having a good time.
Share the joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You see how different they are?
Yeah.
Supermint has some peppermint in it, but it's not as strong as pure peppermint.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone is going to be passing it around now.
Yeah, most welcome to.
Oh, I have to do this one as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it definitely opens everything up
it does.
and definitely calms me down, which is
yeah. So what peppermint does is increase oxygenation into the body.
right. Okay.
And that's the reason why it works beautifully. Even when you're going in for a workout, if you take one drop and inhale before your workout, you'll find that you're able to work out a whole lot better.
Oh, I'm definitely going to try that because I enjoy my workout. So anything to help that will be good.
For sure.
Well, lovely. I think this is a beautiful way to end the episode, Max.
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much for being here. And I think it's infectious, your passion for this.
Yeah.
And that's really come through.
Thank
And
you.
we look forward to seeing everything else that we can start doing together. The
Done.
dancing one
Oh, for
is one that
sure.
we should be definitely getting
For
onto.
sure.
So we look forward
Can
to
I
that
say
as
this
well.
on screen right now that
Please?
we're talking to a ballroom dancer right here, a competitive ballroom dancer.
Ex-competitive.
Ex-competitive ballroom dancer, but ballroom dancer nonetheless.
So that's why it'll be fun to do that together. And hopefully we can
Absolutely.
start a therapy together with that.
Yes, for sure.
Thank
I'm
you so
looking forward
much.
to it.
Thank you so
the
much for
honor.
being here, Max.
Thank you.
Thank you all. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. But before you leave, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button here at the bottom. And any comments that you may have, please do leave them as well. Thank you all.